guys, welcome back to another episode here from the Hermitcraft server. And I swear this one is a special one. Yeah, the title of the episode is 5D chess. Trust me. We've been playing some serious 5D chess. But yeah, first of all, you probably already saw it in the intro flying in, right? I've been grinding away a little bit. I mean, I thought it's finally time to start our base build, right? And, a base needs to be built somewhere, so I thought we build a nice platform here. Right? Lore-wise, we created the mighty ice spike when we arrived at the border of the ice, and here we are establishing more power to expand our cold magic onto the server. Over there's a magical place being erected. So yeah, decked out 3 is going to happen there, right? So I'm going to wait a little bit and see how this plays out here, how far Tango actually goes. Right now, I'm assuming everything that is lit up is potential building grounds for decked out 3. So we will try to blend in there, right? And see, you have a nice transition there from the icy theme to whatever Tango will be rocking here. So this will look snazzy. Maybe we can even talk to Tango and include some broken gate here also, right? We come here. I don't want to have direct. I mean, it would be cool if we could directly access decked out from here, but I think there will be a main entrance, of course. But we could blend in here and then maybe have an old road that is leading up to the castle, right? And then for the future, I think this turned out pretty great already, looking cool. Some more details will be added over time and more texturizing and things, and then we will build our insane tower here. On top, and I want to use this area as a slope ramp that will lead up here, so we will have a road coming in from here. I was thinking, and maybe then we could build a bridge or bridge network going to here and then to Joe. I want to talk to Joe as well. Joel, right, if he wants to be involved in that a little bit. And then thirdly, I also want to do a similar kind of rocky ice formation around here over the farm. So that is all covered up. And there will be a smaller side tower building something. And here a connecting bridge. Between the two areas as well. And then we can go up. And I'm pretty sure inside here, where we have a huge area now, right, where the former village was. It also covers my chest monster and my chaos here nicely for now. Looks really clean here now. I think I put the storage room in here, and then when we have the storage room in, or storage system, right, we can design the room for it here. And but space-wise, this should be enough, and then later we make it look snazzy. Yeah, I'll have a little bit of a snow setup here, but nothing spectacular. We need a proper snow farm for sure. We need a crazy ice farm for sure this season. Because, yeah, a lot of snow and ice is definitely needed for everything around here. But, things are going well. Oh, yeah, this is something I'm trying something here. Don't worry. You learn about it later, maybe. You'll see. Yeah. Plotting away, so overall pretty cool. Minus one fact, my zombie's gone. Yeah, my iron farm zombie's gone. I wonder what happened to it. Oh yeah, over there I built the standard cobble farm, because cobble is also quite a part of this build palette I've been picking for these rock formations and stuff. Deep slate too, so I need to grab a bunch more deep slate. So we need a tunnel bore to blast out some more deep slate. Maybe, this season I also thought about redstone. Where do we put the redstone on, right? And I don't want to be vulnerable to ore snatching anymore. So this season I'm thinking the redstone will go on blue ice. So yeah, we definitely need an insane ice farm to be able to produce blue ice in that that scale, right? So yeah, there's a bunch of cool projects waiting, and yeah, then we need a dedicated tunnel bore just to get deep slate. So maybe I'll go for a different design this time around. Maybe we go for an instant cannon that will just blast out a gigantic area in one tick, and then we just go through and collect all the dropped deep slate or so, something like that. We will see. But yeah, I need to produce mass quantities of said blocks, and we'll get to that. I really don't want to focus on the standard farms this season around. Right, we did a little bit here, and you definitely need your supply of gunpowder and that stuff. But I'm hoping to not build any tree farms or anything like that if not really necessary. Like, I'm trying to do quirky stuff this season. I have a really cool idea for a Shulker-based mini game. That definitely needs to happen. I think that's going to be a huge smash hit. To give a hint there, maybe it's going to be cool. But other than that, I'm trying to really build only farms for my building materials, and then smooch of anybody else that builds all these farms this year around. You got to spice it up. And I'm always under the impression most of the farms you see, sometimes it can get a bit boring, the millionth creeper farm. So I'm always trying to spice it up a little bit, and at least this one here is very innovative and cool. So yeah, with that said, of course you probably saw the absolutely epic thumbnail of today's episode. Holy schnazzlebazzle. This is crazy. So look for Luthien over on the Hermitcraft Reddit and also on the infamous Twitter, aka X. Right, post this amazing thing. And when I saw it, my first thought, right, first of all, thank you so much. I love it. Finally, we get some more, I almost said, badass. I think that's something we can get away with on Hermitcraft. Dog fan art, right? That is really, really amazing. I love it. It immediately reminded me of a Slayer cover, right, of band Slayer. In the early 90s, or also, I mean, the goat stepping over its foes. I mean, I love it. Amazing art style as well. Yeah, what can I say? There's always something new, and that's the favorite thing I was looking forward to with the new season. You guys' fan arts and inspirations, right? All the Doc Boo Boo stuff and so on. I'm loving it already dearly, and I'm hoping. Let's see how this big base build here develops. I'm still thinking maybe we can come up with a cool way to integrate a fan art project again, like we did in the perimeter. I have some ideas for it, but let's just see how things go, right? So yeah, make sure to check out the links in the video description if you're interested in supporting our fan artists, as you should be. Follow them, give them a big following on their accounts. That already helps to maybe, spread their art a little bit more. And that's, of course, our ultimate goal here too. When we feature some of the fan art pieces as thumbnails and so on, I really, really also want to help spread the word a bit about the amazing talent we have here, right? So yeah. Today, guys, it's finally time for something the Hive Mind and I have been longing for. You don't know for how long. Unbelievable. It was a long journey, and yeah, it required serious 5D chess. So, yeah, let's dive into the mind of the goat. And I explained to you what I've been doing for, at least half a year now. Crazy, man. This is the goat's world. You just live in it. Welcome to the biggest 5D chess ruse ever pulled off on the Hermitcraft in the history of hermitness. Make Scar suffer. How did we end up here? Well. It was a long journey, and as you all know, this journey began in season 10, when all of a sudden my oars got snatched. As usual, innocent dog just doing a thing. You know, the goat goating along, building machines and things, grinding away, toiling away, and 7 oars got snatched. That is a good reason to investigate. So I investigated. Took me months and months about thinking, setting traps, worrying, thinking, even trying if I could somehow access the data on the server and figure out who it was. Yes, indeed, it got to me. Somebody was playing mind games with me and was outwitting me. And it seems that hit a sore spot. So, after, I don't know, half a year of non-stop oar snatching, I cooked up a plan. Methods and two note to name, and I in the background were working on a little system, and it kind of roots, let's say, remember last season we had the heaven and hell device. You know, this thing is off now, facing downwards, straight down, logging on, off, back on, and now the light below should be on. Let's check it. And that happens because, breeze ball gets spawned and gets deflected down. It's kind of hard to show you. Gotta trust me. Oh, we just saw it fire. You see? Ta-da! It was a machine where you could look in certain directions, and we used arrows and breeze ball deflections. And that brought us on the track of combining these things together. We thought, this could be used to actually create a machine that is really, really brutal. We could use thorns, and we could use, arrows, deflect them on them. And obviously the trick then was, you want to make it reusable, right? Systems like that, the basic concept existed before. You have an arrow that is shot by a player, right? And the arrow will have a tag. The game knows who shot this arrow. Why is that so? Well, because players, right, want to get these kill messages, for example. Like, you shot somebody and then it says, okay, hot guy shot dog, right? And so the arrow needs to know who's the owner. Eventually it was figured out that the owner can actually be transferred onto other projectiles by colliding them. And that is what we used with the Heaven and Hell device. Remember, we had an arrow in there, we could look up and we could down, and then deflect with a breeze ball and so on. So it is a known technology, so you just combine what you know, right? You can transfer ownership from an arrow to a breeze ball. You can damage other players if you hit a mob that is wearing thorns. So, you just create infinite breeze balls that have the name of a certain player and shoot them on a mob, right? And then you can do it infinitely, over and over and over again. You just collide the arrow over and over again with breeze balls, and the arrow comes back and is recycled. You can keep the arrow forever. So that is the breakthrough that makes this devastating, because, it's not like you need a million arrows. Right? No, you need one, and then it's game over. So this is the basic principle behind the machine, right? So I was thinking, man, how do we get it? So I invented this game in the last season, the one-shot challenge. Yeah, and here we are. Oh man, that was a quick nostalgia trip. I'm actually in the world download of season 10, and that's the one-shot challenge, right? And if you look below here, look at that. These are all individual arrows by hermits, neat and nicely stored, ready to be picked up and used in the voodoo device. Yeah. So that was over here at the one-shot challenge. Yeah, the goal of the one-shot challenge obviously was to collect arrows from all the hermits. And, after a few weeks when I had this set up, I pretty much had collected, I think, 12 different hermits already or something. And I had a bubble column storage system below to keep those arrows. And then the final goal was I wanted to build the voodoo setup here, right? And then, activate it on the whole server and to squeeze out a confession who the ore snatcher was. And then wrenches got thrown in the works, right? Mojang was working on some stuff in the background and unintentionally introduced a bug that made arrows forget their owners and so on. So the whole thing was completely broken, busted. And I was like, oh my God. So I couldn't do it because we updated on the server, right? So we were on the new version and yeah, it was just not possible. It's like, oh my God. So my whole grand finale fell apart, everything. That's also a bit of the reason, right, why I then was inactive towards the end of season 10, because I was just like, okay, cool. Totally demotivated after that. So did some research, if you can call that. The bug tracker is just not working, but got shouted at Sly Slime after complaining, said I should do my research better. Fix your bug tracker, man, and then we can do better research. Anyways, it turns out it was a bug they introduced and got back again, and so I immediately knew, cool, I can pull this off again in season 11. Problem now. Problem. Already rumors had spread that I was collecting the arrows, people were getting suspicious, and I was thinking, okay, I cannot do the same thing again. I'm going to have a hard time getting an arrow from Scar. Like, he's not that stupid, he will not fall for that ruse. I need a crazy 5D chess game, full on bamboozling them. So, the 5D chess began. I was already setting the tone in episode 1, antagonizing Scar and making it very clear already in the weeks before, the season started, that I will take revenge on Scar. So he was put on edge from the get-go, knowing I was coming for him. But knowing Scar, I also knew in the beginning of the season he would not be a real threat. He would be dying all the time and grinding and, he would not dare to strike back. So one thing was for sure, I need to trick him into losing it and going off on me, attacking me in some way or the other so I can snatch arrows. So the whole ruse began. In episode 2, right after I had really already poked Scar hardcore with the fire that was set, I knew the fire was gonna hit him hard. Oh, it worked more than well.
That was some true science and discovery. I had an absolute blast, quite literally, here at PatSmart. Well done, Etho. Oh! Oh no! No! No, base burn! Oh my God! Help! 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 Burn! Burn base! Burn base! Oh God! Guys! Oh jeez! A bucket! Oh gosh! Bucket! I don't have bucket. I need bucket. How help? How? It's too late. It's too late. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Okay. That's a helmet.
When he literally turned into Mickey Mouse and panic crafted an iron helmet instead of a bucket, I knew we got him good. He was already stressed out, from the creeklings. They were all over his place, and there's still 10 left in the ground. I still think he hasn't found. I checked the other day, the place looks like Swiss cheese. And he's still looking for them. So he was already on edge. But of course, I needed to be sneaky about it. So I thought, hey, now it's time to play part 1 of the ruse. He needs to have a bow. And ideally, it needs to be a bow that is infinity. There's a good reason for that, Infinity arrows you cannot pick up as a player. So when we need to later handle his arrows potentially and move them about and whatnot, right? Infinity arrow would be way easier to do. Another arrow would work as well, but you got to be extremely careful then. It's already finicky to moving an infinity arrow. I'll show you how to do it, don't worry. So I gave him the bow, the gift. And that's why I also picked up the comment of the week, where I said, I never thought about it that, a gift is actually in German poison. I, of course, knew what I was doing there, but I tried to fool everybody in being gullible and, to make sure nobody gets on my tracks and figures out why I gave the bow. Some people got suspicious, but most of you guys fell for the ruse. Everybody was like, oh, that's nice of Doc. He's gifting him a bow, and I even named it Hot Kai Bow. And the funny thing was now, there were several scenes and live streams and other occasions where Scar died, and the most thing he cared about is getting this bow back, because it was such a nice gesture. Clap. We got him. He loves the bow and he will keep it. That was my biggest concern. He dies all the time, but he really was taking care of the bow and he kept it until now. So I was sure he's got a bow now with infinity. Now, obviously, as the fact was out that I was collecting arrows and people would get to me, I needed to lay a different idea in people, or put a different idea in people's minds. And there, good old Ren comes in. Yeah. So I went to Ren and I pretty much told him about everything, right? I told him, hey, I have this machine and it's insane. I didn't tell him what the machine can do. I just told him, trust me, man, you know how it is. If I tell you it's crazy, come along. And Ren didn't hesitate. And I told him, hey, you cannot show where this location is. Oh, we talk about that in a second too. And, you just come along. And Ren actually came along here with me, and I showed him he knows where the place was. This is, by the way, a new place. Yeah, I spent my whole Sunday rebuilding it after Ren's video came out in a different location. One-to-one copy, pulled the Lightmatic, and moved it. Yeah, that's what you have to do if you want to be a villain. You gotta put some effort in, you know what I mean? So, anyways, I came here with Ren, and Ren actually, shot an arrow in here, and I lined it up. So this arrow is actually ready to, target Ren at any second. You can already see parts of the machine. I will show you and explain to you how it works in full later, don't worry. Right, so I have Ren's arrow in here, so he was in on the ruse to fool all of you guys, the viewers. And he did something though that was unbelievable. And then I actually played 5D chess with him too. So we are here with Ren, and now comes the fun part, right? We wanted to tell the story that I found this book. And during the video, I actually make this fun comment when Ren I read through it, Wilfred's notes, right? And I say, man, this literally sounds something you would write. Well, now if you look at the author of the book, right, it's actually Ren, because he was here with me. And I was, man, I have this idea, we come here and we find this crazy machine, and now I just need the lore, some crazy researcher was working down here, and Ren, let me cook. So he took the book, wrote the whole Wilfred storyline behind it, and we play our bit. Everything is cool. I'm thinking, okay, this will shock the audience. Ren will die. It's amazing. So, all good, right? Ren, as the good guy he is, normally that's not, let's say that's not a normal thing, but, Ren even sent me the clip he wanted to put in his video, right? He had it edited and then he sent it over to me to make sure, right, that he didn't screw anything up, that nothing gets spoiled or so. That's Ren, man. He's just amazing, right, when it comes to that. So he sends me the clip, right? I look through the clip and I watch it the first time thinking, yeah, well, awesome, as Ren does, awesome, well cut, and then I look at the top corners like, wait a minute, no way. He has his chords on. I can't believe it. I'm thinking to myself, wow, thank God he sent this to me. Thank God I caught it, right? Already sitting in Discord, want to type out, you idiot, you left your coordinates in, right? Typing, and then I was like, before I press enter, I go like, wait a second. So I thought about it for a while, and then I thought to myself, wait a minute. I'm gonna not say anything. Leave the coordinates in. This will make such huge waves in the community. It will be on Reddit. People, will react to it on Twitter. They will post it in the comments of the other hermits. And everybody that I'm targeting will for sure not miss the fact that Doc is after your head. And if he gets your head, you're in a big, big world of pain. So, I put the heads in their heads, I guess. Anyways, I made the executive decision. I'm not gonna tell Ren that I actually has the chords in there. I'm just gonna say, yeah, all good, glorious, thank you for showing off my stuff. And that's it. The video went out and all hell broke loose. It was on a live stream and I really played into it, right? Ren came over and was so sorry that he spoiled it, and everybody was like, oh my god, the only flaw in the system, the friendship, the weakness. And it was a big thing in the community. Everybody caught wind of it. And I knew the others would for sure hear what was going on. And boy, was I right.
Don't go away. Stay there. Stay. No! Hi! Okay, hold on. I should have brought a fence post. No! What have I done? No, he's gonna do. Oh! Mission failed! Mission failed so hard. Ah, God. The mission failed. I wasn't thinking about. Ah.
No, Skid.
The mission failed! Abort! 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 Abort!
So yeah. Scar saw that I actually has his player head in the zombie area, right? So he roped in Tango and Skiz, and they came over here, and as I always say, their biggest superpower is their incompetence. I mean, what would you think, Skiz? What would happen if you place solid blocks inside a iron farm? Yeah, a golem would spawn and smash the zombie to bits. So they killed my zombie. We need to talk about that, Skiz. Man, but that encouraged me to be sure, okay, they're really believing I need to get player heads. Now comes the final phase. We had developed a thing maybe to go, Scar to shoot at me, another mini game idea, something like that, but I thought, nah, man, that's not it. I need to go mind games. So after they did their stream, right, when they broke into my iron farm and killed the zombie and whatnot, some people call that griefing. I call it a misfortune. Yeah, we really have to talk about that. I mean, I don't want to mess with Tango. He was an innocent bystander, and he's doing decked out. Don't keep the man distracted, right? Not good. But Skiz, my man, certain words were uttered too. What? I'm not afraid of, Doc? Something like that. Listen, man. Nobody needs to be afraid of me. I just want respect. Now it was time for the final blow. What in the world was the most precious thing next to Rusty? We already threatened to burn it down. I was thinking maybe blow up Rusty's head, as a little, to send Scar over the edge. But after I saw that people said, I cannot do this to Scar because he will die in real life. Yeah, honestly, people wrote that. They said, Scar cannot deal with this. You cannot do this. You're the most evil person ever. Yeah, Scar. The MCC champion, genius builder, board member of a charity organization, live series winner, 10-year plus veteran in being an absolute menace to society on the server here, is too soft. Okay. Sure. Oh boy. So anyways, then I didn't blow up the head because I didn't want to upset even more people. I thought there's a better way. And all of a sudden there is Scar 2D2, his little droid. And boy, sometimes they're just getting carried away. I saw the VOD and I saw, oh, they left their stuff at spawn. So I did a little trip. Who do we have here? Ah, yes, you wanna come with me? Yes, I'm a robot too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're coming with me. Yeah, I took the robot. Hey, it's not my fault if he leaves it unguarded. You know, here sitting in his, what is it, X-Wing or whatever he's got sitting there, you know, Star Wars. So I took it and I knew this is it. He was already, you know, losing his mind when I set, you know, Rusty on fake fire, right? He was threatening, I will touch his redstone so hard. So I knew, okay, one little nudge and then he will shoot me on sight. I know him. There we were. Tuesday morning. I log on and I know it's very late for Scar. He probably has been grinding all day long and I see some others are hanging out, and that often happens right after Hermit's been on the server working out and, you know, working on episodes and so on. So often Hermits just hang out together, talk about their day, how things are, and, you know, just private talk, you know, nothing related content creation, friendship stuff, you know what I mean? And I knew maybe they're hanging out a little bit now, and yeah, I went over there.
Okay. A little bit of a hostage situation here. Hello, dog.
Hi, how's it going?
You signed up for this, Growl.
Still not waking up. Oh.
I'm falling asleep, Growl. We're both.
That's fine.
How many of those robots are you guys sitting around?
Interesting.
Shh, Azo, shut up.
Uh-oh.
Shut up.
He took it already.
Well,
How does it decide on?
Shh, okay. Be quiet,
just
man.
hold it.
I won't say anything.
All right.
I could hear you.
Look what I found, Scar.
I see that.
I mean, I have a
Look,
heart.
he's terrified.
Here, take him back.
He's got a replacement for the ship.
Don't.
Yeah, because he broke the other one.
Yeah, that was my bad.
It's all good, Scar. My new target is Skiz now. He killed my zombie.
Oh, that definitely wasn't my plan at all, for sure.
All right, cool. Oh man, you can't not believe it. I needed to keep it together so hard. You know how happy I was after weeks and weeks of plotting and planning and doing, and it actually worked as expected, perfectly as planned. He sees me and shoots at me at sight when I have the robot on my shoulder. Oh, he shoots at me, right? And I'm up there on the church. I see, oh, it's flame. Okay, it must be the infinity bow still. Yes, I put flame on it so I could recognize the arrows, at least have a hint, right? So there already was pretty sure, okay, that's the infinity arrow. This is my chance. I jump down off the church and then I do a little bit of pokey, right? And he shoots one more arrow. Just as Iso comes over and literally stands next to me while I dig down, put a bubble column there and preserve the arrow for eternity. Because, you know, when it's floating in a bubble column, it will never despawn. Like if it's hidden in a block or whatever, right? You have a minute. and then it will be gone. So I knew, okay, now is the time. I was constantly running around with soul sand and water in my inventory, ready for this one moment when Scar would shoot at me. And this morning then, it happened. So trapped the arrow. Iso will keep his lips sealed, I'm hoping. Went over to Scar and handed him back the robot to put him at ease a little bit and say, hey, nah, man, it's all good. Skiz, now it's first Skiz. So he's totally oblivious now and not thinking about anything. And then I had the arrow. Made sure I hung out a little bit. Afterwards we were just chilling and chatting. Eventually Scar goes to bed and everybody leaves. And I'm sitting there. It's like, okay, now I need to act quickly. This arrow needs to be moved. Because it's right there at spawn. And it's this awkward hump. And somebody might dig it up and be like, ooh, there's an arrow in there. And it's gone. You know how the Hermitcraft server works. So within minutes, I was ready, right there in a call with methods, streaming what I was doing, and we were getting ready to pick up the arrow with a bubble column, and then load it on a flying machine and send it to the new location of the Doomsday device thousands of blocks away from spawn. Good, and it's on the side. Other side. Zip. Zip. And now we can pushy. Okay, it's in. Okay, arrow is in stasis. Here we got the solid block. Now we can.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
Pressure.
Stressful.
No pressure.
Man. One shot.
No pressure at all.
Yeah.
It's already. No, that's the other item.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. The movement changed for sure. Look at this weird stuff. That's good.
Here we go.
Okay, horizontal action.
Now we need to get ready to fly. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Oh.
Is it in there?
No.
No, it got pulled back. Push again. See, that's what I meant. But it's like it'll fix itself. Soon as
It's in there.
worked.
It's in there.
Yep. Move horizontal. Zero tick. Move. Launch. Let's go.
Arrow is moving.
Let's go. It's a winner. Oh.
So yeah, tense moments there, loading the arrow onto the flying machine. You cannot screw up once. No mistakes can be made. And if you make a mistake, you have 1 minute to correct it, which can be quite stressful. So thankfully, I was there. Methods you could hear in the background, right? He was watching and trying to keep me composed. And together we managed to load the arrow onto the flying machine. And then off we went a few thousand blocks in one direction. Then we had another transitioning station where I unfloated the arrow from one flying machine to the other, and we fly into another cardinal direction, to make sure we're not in a straight line or, easy to find then. Then eventually made it to the new location here of the Doomsday device, right? And actually loaded Scar's arrow in here. Literally just dropped it in from on top. Was already lined up, and then boom. Here it sits, and now it will sit here for eternity. And whenever I want, I can switch this machine on, and the arrow will start cycling, and Scar will be in eternal pain. It will be a fun next week, indeed. The goat wins. All right, and here we are in a creative world. Together here with Methods. Tuno is only here in bot form today. So here's the design, man. We've been working on it for way too long. You don't even want to know how many hours went into it, but it's finally time for a full explanation. We already recorded one time where we tried to explain it, and turned out the clip was 25 minutes long. So here we are, take 2, trying to keep it shorter.
It was longer than the farm.
Yeah, man. So, all right, I think to explain the whole dealio, let's start down here at the zombie. I think most guys have already realized, right, we're using thorns to inflict damage. Thorns stacks, so to speak, right? Every piece of thorns armor more pass adds a more chance that thorns actually procs. That means this guy wears 4 pieces and has a chance of about 95-ish%. Every time he gets hit by something, it will damage you back. Right? Here you can see a really clever setup though. Helmets, pants, shoes, breastplates, chest plates, right? Are all being supplied here in order. This is just dispenser towers, and you can see F3B. These minecarts are actually clipping into these dispensers, so that means if a new piece of armor is dispensed, because of course over time armor will take damage, it will always stay in its assigned slot, right? Armor piece gets dispensed, zombie cannot pick it up, immediately the minecart picks it up again, and we have these cycles here. This is one, where only the helmets will stay in, and here only the chest plates and so on. As I showed you, right, this minecart clips into here, and so on. Around the cycle, this took way too long to develop, I don't know, yeah. But it's important to keep everything in order, so the armor pieces are in there, right, and you can refill that easily and hook up hoppers and have more in there. So the next thing that needs to be taken care of is, of course, keeping this guy alive. Right? You know this mechanic if you're an avid viewer already. This is a raid captain, and the raid captain can tell all mobs that can be part of a raid in a certain radius to do things. Right now this guy is named Johnny, is a raid captain, is telling this witch who can be officially be part of a raid, right? If you spawn in a raid in Minecraft, you see witches in there. Attack anything you see. Witch sees the zombie and attacks it with poison, damage potions, right? Which heals the zombie actually. You know that, right? The mechanic, if you would throw healing on a zombie, it would get damaged. This way we heal him. So we have this trifecta of mobs here pretty much. This guy deals the damage. This guy says, hey, are you okay? You need more poison, bro. The witch keeps him alive. So this is pretty much the trifecta that keeps this thing rolling. And now, of course, we need one more deciding factor, and I explained that to you already, right? We have a priest charge generator, and we're transferring arrows, or the name of an arrow, or the owner of an arrow, onto another projectile. And yeah, methods already went to survival. You know what time it is. So here we loaded an arrow of methods, right?
Yeah.
And now let's see the machine in action. The arrow vanished and shows up here, and you can see the arrow gets bounced back into the nether, comes back, and every time it comes back, it collides with a breeze ball that is generated from this breeze we have up in there. His name is Blur. And Methods is in a world of trouble right now. You can see he is already killed. And we have an end portal here, so Methods is in the end right now. And keeps on dying. So it's interdimensional, as I told you guys. Okay, let's free Methods from his curse. It's interdimensional, yeah, even logging in and out. Oh yeah, that we could demonstrate that too. So if you log out and come back, it keeps on killing you, so you cannot escape it, as explained to you guys. So this is the basic mechanic. Now, the breakthrough technology, let's say, in this whole setup is this amazing breeze generator here. And maybe Methods can explain more about that, because this thing really makes the whole thing possible. So maybe before we explain what this can do, let's first say what are the requirements we need that we can actually successfully and reliably transfer the name or the owner of this arrow to another projectile.
Well, we need to be able to time the charge and the attack time perfectly, or it's much preferable. And we also need to be able to order all the entities that are involved in the correct tick order. So we need this special priest generator, and it's also actually really simple. So the usual priest generator has a target, let's say 15 blocks or 5 blocks far away, and you block division to it, and you pull the block away. It can see the golem, and within like 0 to 1 second, it starts shooting.
So quick stop here.
Quite
you can
random
see
time.
That's the basic concept here. We have a breeze. He sees a golem, and he wants to shoot it. So normally what people do, they block the vision to the golem. So in this breeze generator, as the golem is expanded in water, aka levitating, his vision range is actually extended to 26 blocks. So all the time right now, the breeze is so triggered, he is focused on this guy, he's really ready to shoot, but his shooting range, listen, and there's the difference, target range, shooting range is only 16 blocks. So right now, this iron golem sits 17 blocks away from this guy, and he's ready to shoot. As soon as in the tick this guy gets into reach, he will start firing. And we reach that state for the zombie as he's levitating here in the water. See, like as soon as we switch on, immediately this guy starts firing. And actually right now I think we have 2 breeze in there. There could be
Yeah, it's
more.
actually already 2.
Yeah.
So that's also the big kicker. Like, this is all fine if you just have 1 breeze. It will start shooting, you can detect the ball, but as soon as you have 2, it could be 2 completely off-time charges, right?
Yeah.
One comes in sometime and the other one another random time after.
Yeah, you could have 50
This
breeze
can-
in there. All of them would
actually
behave the same
infinite.
way. Yeah, infinite,
Cramming
100.
proof.
It's even cramming proof, yeah. So this thing will even not cram. But you could have a lot in there, and all of them would fire at the exact same moment, right? Because of this special setup here, the breeze being levitating, that's his state, because he's in the water, they're floating, so his visual range is extended. So
Fun
that's
fact,
really
this would work
crucial.
with a levitation potion.
Yeah.
Or Schalke.
Yeah. So this is really crucial. That also means we can always, now we know every time we switch on the machine, this guy will shoot at the exact same time. So that makes it, of course, relatively easy. I don't want to say really easy, but timing-wise, quite easy to make sure the breeze ball is always here at the right time, colliding with our cycling arrow. So the precision, timing precision of this thing is already crucial. But yeah, there's another key factor with it, right?
Oh yeah, so then we always hit the charge perfectly, but there's the other big deal. If you hit a breeze charge with a player arrow, it will actually fly into the direction the player is facing.
Yeah.
And since this is a random player's arrow, most likely, he could be looking anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so this
Remember,
could be
guys,
achieved
the
here.
heaven and hell device, right? I told you, right? When we looked down, we were using arrows to be deflecting. So let's say if methods would be looking over there now, if this thing would not work the way it does, the breeze charge could literally fly anywhere.
away.
We would not be able to control it. The moment it collides, boom, in this moment, in this tick, it collides with the arrow. It could fly God knows where. But ours always hits the target. And that is also what this machine does, right?
So basically what this does is this portal here, and it guarantees that the arrow is always younger than the breeze charge that's coming down. And therefore the arrow collides with the breeze charge, and we can still make the breeze charge motionless before it ever moves. And we simply achieve this by already having the breeze charge here, and then an arrow comes through the portal, which basically, imagine it as a respawn. It's a new arrow, but it has all the data from before. So it always makes it younger, and it's just an ordering trick we're using here to guarantee the charge can never move, not even for 1 tick.
Yeah.
Therefore,
So
we're able to convert it and stop it at the same time.
in short, when the arrow collides with this breeze charge, the breeze charge has 0 momentum. That means it cannot be deflected in any direction. That's the key point here. And then we push it over with the slime block, right? You see Methods is in there, right? It doesn't do anything to him. Yeah. So even where he looks, it doesn't matter, right? It's completely independent. So that's a very technical thing right here, but yeah, it is necessary. So yeah, one thing maybe I can show you to finish it off. You wonder what is the arrow even doing, right? Where is it coming from? Where is it going to? And that's maybe also interesting. So of course, right? There's 2 advantages. Okay, you can switch it on. I'm over there. So now you can see, right, that's very simple. Here, this side, the arrow, the machine is running now, the arrow is cycling through the portal and it just drops down. I show you the hitbox here. You can see the way we lined it up, right? It just touches the portal blocks and also hits the pressure plate there and then gets just pushed back. That's it. That's literally these 3 blocks here, technically. Yeah, so that is how we cycle these arrows, and yeah, this machine is set up to handle 4 players right now. Of course, let me quickly switch it off so it's not that loud. You can see, look here, the arrow comes back, and obviously we achieved this by, when we send the arrow back, right, we turn this portal off, and in the right timing this portal goes on. So instead of the arrow cycling here, it just goes back into its holding position, right? Quick switch of portals here, and then we could have 4 more, and we could extend this easily to many more players, hundreds if need be. Right, technically for 1 player you would only need this 1 portal here, so up to here. All this is just to be able to store more. And yeah, that is pretty much the whole dealio with this machine. sounds simple now when looking at it, but trust me, this was very difficult to find, especially the breeze generator here. What this thing can do, that I don't think anybody else has shown anything like that. There were other designs out there, I'm thinking, where people were colliding breeze charges and so on, but nobody really was able to control them properly, right? People just caught them then randomly and pushed them
The
on.
motionless owner changing is brand new, yes, and
Yeah.
the stack freezing as well, I think.
Yeah,
Which
so
I think we'll also see a lot of use from that. That's
Yeah.
like super good. Instead of having a single breeze stacking hundreds of charges over time, you just put 20 in.
yep.
It's gonna be big for a lot of things.
Yeah, that's going to be really useful in the tech community, trust us. I mean, you know, right now, the basic technology everybody is using to create breeze charges is also discovered by methods and to know, right? But this is a further development of this technology now, and this is endgame. With this, the tech Minecraft people will like this, that's for sure. And yeah, of course, there's also other uses of this design, not only nefarious uses, so to speak. We can also do some fun, good stuff with it. And we'll show you some stuff in the future. We have more plans, but for now, it's back to getting Scar. It was a long road,
And
man.
everyone else involved.
Yeah.
I watch
you know.
everything. I saw y'all.
Yeah, man. You know, they blew up the tunnel bomb, man. It's
Guilty.
going a long way
Guilty.
back. They
Ever
covered
since
our
then.
perimeter.
Never
You
forget.
know what they did to us, man.
10,000 chickens.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not picky. Never been.
Now it's payback time. All right. So that's it. This is how the machine works. Methods will prepare a schematic for it soonish.
For once, I will do it, guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, now the cat is out of the bag. Have fun, guys. Don't be too mean to your friends on the servers out there. You know how it goes. With great power comes great responsibility, okay? Yeah. With that said, it's definitely gonna be a fun stream weekend coming up. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Before we forget. Comment of the week here by Wolfgang. Since I don't know how exactly it works, I'm not sure if it's possible, but if you set the device to super slow, like 1 hit a minute slow, that could be really funny. Just randomly getting hit once a minute, unable to figure out why, how. Now that's some torture. Wolfgang. Way ahead of you. Don't you worry. See ya.